Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Shelter. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's free on itch.io and also available on Patreon. But, you know, that's for the newest version and if you give them $5 extra. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we did the foreplay up to the, this coming episode, at which point we found a piece of paper up someplace because I was playing on version 2.7, but now we're back to version 2.8. Also, funny enough, a day or two ago, Rouse, the creator, made 2.8 public, so hyena. Anyways, let's load the thing I'm gonna have to censor quite a bit. Sudden explosion blinds me and I feel nothing. Damn, we fucked so hard we died. As a soul leaves my body, I can still feel the orgasm shaking through my very being, even in the afterlife. Was it worth it? I'd like to say no. But man, wasn't that the best way to go? The end. Friction. Are you serious? You survived the whole night, faced your fears and an army of monsters, only to blow the whole place up because you were too thirsty for a husky knot. Huh? I know. He has a pretty decent dick. Not the best, but serviceable, I guess. And there's something kind of cool about him having eyes in 2 different colors now, huh? Yeah. But that's hardly worth throwing everything away right at the finish line in such a dumb way. What? Go back. Then when the dumb shark tries to leave you after creaming in your mouth, just let him. You can always finish with your hands later, right? Like usual. Damn, brah. Wait. Oh man. Now I want eyes in 2 different colors too. Can you imagine? Of course. I would only keep one hidden under an eye patch, but... Hey, Wolf? What the hell are you talking about? What is this? Are we dead? Oh crap, that's right, you're not... What's going on? Bye. Woof. Okay. Damn, it really is the barkest of corners. Skip. That's so hecking annoying. I lean forward and poke the screen all over the red flashing rectangle until it disappears. Okay, that's much better. Wait, really? We just had to... Did we actually do anything, or did you just tell it the sensors to go away, or the notifications to go away? You bastard. Don't stop. I'm almost... Sorry, I had to turn that stupid thing off. What thing? You know, the screen. It was like... Whatever, keep going. Mush. Mushroom. Mush. Also, I'm Australian, actually. Brune is Australian. Even though he says that, I know it could be boring for him to wait all this time for the knot to go down. I'm having an absolute blast, still squirting more cum inside him from time to time. You know, it'd be nice to cuddle in bed. But it doesn't have a knot. Lucky I came prepared. I'm going to make it fun. Hey Luke, you want to hear some dad jokes? Okay, sure. Wait, a poverty joke. What's a flower joke? I don't know what rhetoric is. Why aren't dogs smooth talkers? Huh? What do you mean? You're pretty skilled with your words. Oh no, mate. It's a joke. Why aren't dogs smooth talkers? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Why? Because we like to say rough. Oh, yeah, good one, right? Yeah, pretty good. But I know I can do better. I can clearly measure through my knot how much you laugh exactly, you know. You don't need to. I'm just fine cuddling for now. In silence. Hey, Luke. A wholesome joke? Got a new racist joke! What kind of dog chases anything red? All of them? I wanted to say bulldog, but your answer makes more sense. I know you horn dogs. I'm no stranger to your red stuff. He says that while clenching around my knot. But seriously, we don't need to talk. Aren't you tired? Maybe a little, but I love talking with you. Well, I'm very tired, so more jokes. Hey, Luke. What? Bread. What trick did the loaf of bread teach a dog? Roll over. Oh, my dog. Just... Hey, Luke. Rune, stop. Cold joke? What's the coolest dog? Shut. A popsicle. Hey, Luke. Ah! He groans and begs me to stop, but I still have a couple dozen more jokes prepared. I whisper them to him one after another. With every groan and cringe, he massages my dick in the most amazing ways. My knot bloats as hard as tempered steel, and he can neither run away nor stop me. This is the best knotting session I've had in ages, and his helplessness only makes it hotter. Around the 20th, hey Luke, he starts shouting for help. What a dramatic little puppy. But then, I can hear something. Is someone climbing the ladder? Oh shit. Luke, we're here! Rune, where are you? Crap, I still can't pull out. Hearing the incoming steps, I said make a quick decision to cover Luke with all my body. He groans in discomfort, but I manage to hide him and cover his mouth right before they appear in our section of the room. I flash them a toothy grin and wave them with my right arm. I'm pretty confident they can't see Luke. Rune! Hey guys. Oh boy, that's embarrassing. I always get like super horny after paddles, and I just couldn't restrain myself from jerking off here. Out of all places. Luke isn't here, by the way. Rune, we're not nose blind. Indeed we're not. The whole room clearly smells of a semen. I mean, I guess human semen does smell different, but how would you know? Not that I would know, but what it smells or tastes like. Does anybody not know who fucked who? I don't know about, what's his name? Max. But, I mean, if anything's thing, we probably also betted him. Yeah, me neither. It's just that it smells like not canine, you know, and I'm glad you're safe, guys. Luke pulls my hand off his mouth and glances them from behind my wide torso. Everyone's embarrassed, and my knot bloats back to its full size and hardness once again. Unbeknownst to them, this exact scenario has always been one of my greatest sexual fantasies. Well, everything's fine now. I just wanted to let you know everyone's safe, you know? Everyone that didn't die. Great, can we talk about it later? It's not the best time. Do you need any assist, Luke? I can say and make sure there are no injuries and stay. Oh, you want to watch? He opens his mouth but stops. He raises his finger, but he doesn't object. My cock twitches inside Luke in delight as I watch Burry's ears turn red. Then he finally starts coughing up a response. Max grabs him by the hand and leads him out the room. The last of them I see is Max winking at us, and the final words I can hear from Burry's mumbling, "We're going to have a serious talk about this, Rune," right before the middle door closed behind him. Well, that wasn't in my plans. But oh boy, Wasn't it damn hot to be found like this? Still, I know that Luke was always super secretive about this stuff. Right now, he's quiet, but if there's one thing I learned today, it's that silence is not always a good sign from a human. Hey, you okay, mate? Yeah. They're bound to find out sooner or later. Well, and definitely better sooner than later, in my humble opinion. Now we don't need to hide, right? So, yeah, maybe you're right. Thank you, Rune. It was just what I needed. The pleasure's all mine, mate. Still is. And hey, now that the proverbial feline's out of the bag, we can do it more often. And with more dogs if you want. I always wanted to share you with my friends. All of them, because you're so awesome. We'll see. And, now that I can read the screens, you can start teaching me how to help you. So we're going to spend some more time together. Now I think about it, it probably isn't because there's a bunch of human man in the air or something like that. It's maybe because we gave him the eye, so let him do the stuff. No more I'm too busy excuses for anyone, mate. Anymore. He chuckles. But then he stops. He looks at me confused. I don't say anything else. I just smile at him. And then give him a wink with my relic eye. Suddenly, my vision goes blurry for a moment. I'm scared that I'm going to go blind again. But that's not the case at all. It was just the way he looked at me after I winked that wink. He understood. And after a moment, there was a spark of painful relief and hope in his eyes. Tears start gathering in my eyes, but I just hug him again, so he doesn't need to watch me like this. Wherever the eye came from, it's the best thing that happened to me since coming to shelter. Finally. I can finally be useful to him. When the monster's gone, the dens and the shelter were finally safe once again. However, the horror that night still lingered in their hearts. They come to terms with the consequences once the dawn came. It's impossible to face the world and expect no losses. Some of the dogs were never found again. Cooper, that was his name, was in his bed in the morning. Traces of his smell and blood were picked up outside, but his exact fate remains unknown. The whole shelter grieved over Thistle's passing. Oh right, because he did die still. The tale of his legendary final stand would often be brought up during drunken tavern cheers, but they wouldn't fill the hole that he left in everyone's hearts. And he wasn't the only one. Jerry and Mate. Wait, I thought he'd saved them. Along with their loss, pieces of joy and life were noticeably lost for shelter as a whole. I'm pretty sure we saved Jerry, because he was eaten at one point and then we saved him. Garden equipment I destroyed during the event became a setback for our ongoing work on the crops. We had to start asking people to volunteer in plowing, irrigating, and helping with other tasks that the relics used to take care of for us before. Luckily, many of the dogs actually enjoyed the time in the gardens a lot, so we had enough volunteers. There was always someone present there. Whatever remains of the fallen dogs we could find, we buried them by the roots of the meat trees on field A6, where they would dissolve and stay among us forever. Elon was also never seen again. No traces of him were ever found, like he disappeared into thin air. Those were all terrible losses for everyone. Shelter grew quiet, while the survivors mourned for the lost. The Ashen Tails, the heroes, were ashamed for being unable to help us due to succumbing to shelter sickness. They blamed themselves for the losses of that night. They stayed a couple of weeks to help us get back on our feet, and eventually they left. They laughed when they waved their farewells, but I felt shame and sadness lingering behind those smiles. However, it was not in Shelter's custom to mourn forever. Life went on, and the enthusiasm returned to people's hearts, once the gossip of the recent discovery spread among them. Access to a new room It was gained after the blackout, and allegedly it held something with the potential to stop the countdown to Shelter's death. Skies Ablaze was not necessary anymore. The details of that new discovery remain unknown to the general public. For as long as they had the turret shells to shoot, Skies Ablaze still held the regular celebrations once a year. It gathered a huge crowd of dogs from all around the country. Many of those people headed to Shelter's ranks. Finally, Shelter's capacity stopped being an issue, and its corridors could be filled with as much life as there was willing to come. A few unavoidable blackouts happened in the coming years, but nothing came any close to the severity of that fateful Skies Ablaze one. Shelter remained safe. Most of the surviving dogs from Rune's sword training class decided to abandon their goal of becoming excavators. Instead, they found much better fitting futures for themselves. Boss turned out to be a pretty successful painter. Border Collie honed his knowledge as Barry's apprentice in Shelter's medical care. Chan uses big muscles in the Shelter's construction services. Mammoth and Dra both became professional service dogs, and surprisingly, both Pan and Great Dane decided to return back south. However, Diesel and all the other battle-hardened survivors of that night decided to persevere in their training and eventually fulfilled their desire to become excavators. They lived through many exciting adventures and became famous in the whole country, enriching our community with countless invaluable discoveries. Dandelion didn't stay with us much longer. His wares didn't find enough demand in the hectic reality faced after the last Skies Ablaze, so I decided to move on to another city. I never heard from him again. I wonder if he finally managed to settle down and make some good money. I hope the next time he goes back home, he will be respected by his family. Despite being obviously into each other, Baxter and Sorrel never became a couple. They never kissed. Damn. Still, they're safe. Everyone was. Dogs could set their eyes on a bright future once again. Bird became much firmer in forcing Luke to take much better care of himself. After a lot of nagging, he finally managed to convince him to hire a couple of dogs to help him in the tavern. Even as years went by, and Luke made close friendships with various other dogs, Burry was always there through thick and thin. First yawn of reading. He always will be. I don't know why I yawn. I mean, maybe it's because I don't take enough breaths when reading at a fervent pace. I accidentally improved his skills in music and rhetorics. Not only did he help control Shelter's community, but also took on an active role as the negotiator of the outside affairs along with the chief. Still, regardless of how much Shelter grew and how hectic the community became, he never forgot to find ways to get Luke involved with the dogs. He still was the link that kept the human as part of the pack at all times. As for Rune, that fateful Skies Ablaze night was a big eye-opener for him. He realized how drunk he had become on the freedom and selfishness he'd found in Shelter. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing in his mind, but he realized that some people weren't able to open up for changes as easily as he did. He knew that if he wanted to help people, he had to learn to listen more. Both Burr and Max helped him with that. For the sake of Luke and the whole Shelter under his care, he puts conscious efforts to become a wiser chief and a better friend. However, he never lost his legendary libido. As the years following the Skies Ablaze night were filled with surprising but not unwelcome events that widened Luke's sexual horizons. Luke, Rune, Burry, and Max even did that together at one point, or a few. Yo woo. Being able to read relic screens with his new relic eye, Rune was able to become an even bigger asset to Shelter than he already was. He spent a lot of time with Luke, trying to understand the ancients together with him. That was technically supposed to increase their productivity, but due to Rune's horniness, they usually managed to complete about as much work as Luke used to do on his own. Still, it was much more fun. Rune's help took a lot of weight off Luke's shoulders, and became a much happier person, and he finally was able to take much better care of himself. And as for his dream, well, in the past, Luke used to dream of going outside for excavation trips. However, that was not something that bothered him anymore. It was not that he gave up, but rather that he finally realized that what he wanted was not necessarily what he needed to be fulfilled. Oh, Jesus, I didn't know we're at the hour mark. No, that's fine. It's kind of the finale. His happiness wasn't to be found outside, but it was always there with him, alongside his friends. Once they all learned to speak up and finally listen to each other, everything finally fell into place for good. Eventually, they were faced with great crisis that decided to fate the whole world, a challenge impossible to overcome by its very principles. But who says what's impossible or not? As long as one lives, hope can be found in unexpected places. They all came to those lands of cold, endless white, as far as the eye can see, and they found warmth in each other. Together, for sure, they take on whatever the world throws at them. After all, despite everything, they were finally safe. Kinda, except for the blackouts. Yeah, there we go. Director, Rouse. Producer, Rouse. Designer, Rouse. Writer, Rouse. Character art, Rouse. Background art, Rouse. Concept art, Rouse. Animator, Rouse. Voice acting, Rouse A. Zalen the Wolf. Coding, Rouse. Bug Disciples, Rouse. Music, Rouse. Boy, Rouse does a lot of things. Marketing, Rouse. Rouse. Wolfski, Rouse. Yeah. Still early morning. Again, my coffee's going through me, but still it takes some time. Speaking of which, I need to go to use my tool and a toilet. I bet there was a real awkward moment between Rune and Bury, when after the whole lake incident. It's like, well, you killed everyone that was under my charge, but I awakened the runes, or we did. Oof. Also, it is kind of weird. Like, how did Bury survive? Because he was knocked out cold through that entire thing, you know? Ooh, I like XXX. Yay, CG. I think he had his eye closed there for a second, but then it's like, hey, it's one where he got his eye. Happy time. Finn. Though that does beg the question, what of the door? Wasn't there something else? Let's see, it was the door to the room. Who cut the cables? Because that's a thing that's just kind of left out in the open. One would have to assume we're going to find that out in Max's route. Because that's the only thing that's left, unless there's like some kind of hidden fourth route, you know? Click. Oh, I guess he's going to be like, hey, here's the things that are missed. Bravo, bravo. You did it. You saved shelter. Again. Though, extreme stubbornness, you witnessed yet another dawn. One brighter than the last. Are you satisfied now? You still haven't saved everyone. Some dogs didn't survive this time either. Of course. Such is the very nature of our fleeting existence. Death cannot be cheated. Not fully. Woo-woo. I will always be there to remind you of the foolishness of avoiding such simple truth. The best you can hope for is to keep the people close to you out of harm's way. I need to take food out of the fridge. I forgot to defrost it. And you did that, which is incredible feat on your own right. But wait, Rune Max are still alive. Yeah. Well then, that's our way. How about we call it our true ending and go with literally anything else, eh? I know you didn't listen to me last time, but I think I have realized my mistake. You are the very kind person who wants to see everything, right? Every event, every word and image. And then, how about I make it a bit easier for you? I will personally draw a picture with my own nimble fingers. And all you need to do is see it. Is just to delete all of your progress. I know that's a lot, but hey, a unique picture. Think about it. You have to do it. After all, you can never say you 100% shelter without seeing what the picture is. I mean, I could look in the files, you know? And don't even think about Googling it. It's like super heavy spoiler. Very important. You would completely ruin your experience. Who knows? Maybe it's also unique. Proceedingly generated just for you. I'm saying it is. And I honestly don't even know how one would attempt to do that. But hey, that's exactly the point. You will never know what it is unless you go for it. So, what's it gonna be? Sound good? Yeah, I don't think so. Picture sounds nice, yeah. And you're right, that I managed to save so many good boys. But not everyone shelters close to me. I can't accept as many losses as we have now. I have to try harder. No, you've already done everything you could, but enough. There's literally no point in going through the same dog-damn night another time. You've already done it twice. You know, well, how it ends. Always going through the same beats isn't going to get you any further than you already did. Do you really have such a boring life you'd waste it on doing the same thing over and over? Hey, I've played XCOM several times. I've gone all the continents, you bastard. It wasn't the same. With every path I learn more, and I'm able to help different dogs. I need to keep going, and now I can fly away. Tell me, fool, even if I try harder. Maybe not. Whatever. It is what you think. It is. Whatever it is you think you can do, you will never be able to help all of them. Your ability to meddle with people's fates has its limits, and you have nearly reached them. You're far from omnipotent. There's only so many places you can physically be in your limited time after all, and everywhere else. In places you cannot be, those loose uncertainties are decided and set in stone by the omnipotent observer. Sorry, I had to cough. The more you try up, the further beyond the point of no return, the fate of those decide to reach solidifies. At this point, there's no hope for him, no matter how many times you try. You mean Cooper, right? Never found the body, but we assumed he died. Well, we didn't mean Cooper. But yes, Cooper too, as dead as a dodo. And you're saying there's nothing you can do about that, huh? That's not fair. Why do bad things happen to good boys, Aelin? Wish I could spend more time with him. That's a blessing, really. It makes a loss easier to swallow. It will. But you'll get used to it. Trust me. It never hurts any less when it happens. But you learn to come to terms with it faster over time. I see. So Cooper was one of those unreachable, hopeless cases, right? Damn. Hopeless? Absolutely hopeless. Unreachable? Well, let's put it this way. I've seen what happened to him. You would definitely wish it was. It was painful to watch. Wait, trying to tell me there was a way to reach him? Oh yeah, sure, if you're dumb enough to go for it. But of course, I can't imagine you being so irresponsible to just abandon your mission, run outside, and... No, you wouldn't. Sorry, Aelin. I think I'm just that stupid. Stop. No, stop. You can't. You. Bye. You'll get it. Option to skip runes ending credits unlocked. I don't know what that means. Rune route. Throwing knives. Yeah. Huh. I remember a three-legged dog named Montana. Always loved running after balls. Doesn't seem like there's much new arts this thing, but I guess there wasn't not a lot of time between the updates. I don't know. Oh. Beacon of Hope. I have to say, that's what's really drew me to Shelter in the first place, which was like... Sorry, let me give me a sec. It was, Oh, let me read this. Demons Within. Huh. I haven't actually heard of that. I remember, like, I saw this on, like, some kind of porn site thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check it out. And I went to it and it was like, click, 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 trying to skip the dialogue to see the porn. And then I was like, well, I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna actually read the thing, play it as you would. And then I was like, this is kind of funny and wholesome in a way. So then I was like, well, I'm gonna actually read it. And then I was like, wait, maybe we can do Let's Plays of this. Oh, woo. Oh, I wonder what this symbol is, because that's a symbol that I have on their Discord thing. I wonder if, like, if you're at a higher tier on the Discord, you get, like, more of these things? Don't know. I have no idea what that means. That's interesting. But that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So anyways, please comment. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please subscribe and share the rest of it up at grown. Please remember to stay near and must help control the pet population. And until next time / next update by me, GamerWolfSix of Shelter. Oh, that just brings us back to here. Okay. Main menu woo. Hey, and the background's different again. Because you remember at the beginning of this Let's Play was the dark background shelter. Now it's back to the white one that you get at the beginning of the game. Or when you start the game, I think. Or when I did. Anyways, until next time. Thanks to see ya.